how we live our lives all depends on the choices we make. If something caused loss and suffering, will we remain the victim forever, or will we choose life and focus on something worth living for instead? This 10-year-old boy was in a tragic car accident, where he lost his left arm and both his parents. In the aftermath of the accident, he was scarred both emotionally and physically. Initially, it was a dramatic transition for him, having lost his parents so suddenly, and he would not envision a future without them. But you know how the saying goes, life goes on. Luckily, his grandparents were still around and they took care of him. After working through all of the painful emotions, he managed to see the silver lining from the accident. There must have been a reason why his life was spared. So the only way to honor life would be to strive for the highest and achieve the impossible. He had become a very determined young man. Suffering is a great teacher because you never know what you might become once you have walked through it. He always wanted to learn judo and karate. He was at a slight disadvantage with only one arm, but he started his lessons against all the odds. Impossible odds set the stage for amazing miracles. He practiced his judo lessons day and night and also maintained good grades in academics. Nothing worth having comes easy. Judo became his passion. He was doing great, but he couldn't understand why after 3 months of training, the master had taught him only one move. "Master," the boy finally said, "shouldn't I be learning more moves?" "This is the only move you know, but this is the only move you'll ever need to know," the master replied. Not quite understanding, hesitatingly but believing in his teacher, the boy kept training. Faith is believing something when common sense tells you not to. He trained for several months, blindly following his master and doing his utmost. When you live for a strong purpose, hard work isn't an option, it's a necessity. Several months later, the master took the boy to his first tournament. This was where the months of perseverance and hard work will pay off or not. The boy was extremely nervous, but the master calmed him down by telling him not to think too much about the consequence and just to give his full commitment. The words of his master motivated him, and he said in his mind, "I can and I will." Surprising everyone, the boy easily won his first 2 matches. The third match proved to be more difficult, but after some time his opponent became impatient and charged. The boy deftly used his only move to win the match. Still amazed at his success, he made it to the finals. Everyone present there couldn't believe their eyes. How a one-armed boy is winning with only one move. His final opponent was bigger and stronger. The match was 5 rounds altogether. He had lost the first 2 rounds. Concerned that the boy might get hurt, the referee called a timeout. He was about to stop the match when the master intervened. "No," the master insisted, "let him continue." Soon after the match resumed, his opponent made a critical mistake. He dropped his guard. Instantly the boy used his move to pin him down. Winning this round had such an impact on his self-confidence that there was no stopping him. He ended up winning the match and the entire tournament, elated over his success. Success in life comes when you simply refuse to give up with goals so strong that obstacles and failures only serve as motivation. He ran to his master and hugged him tightly with joy. Finally, their cumulative efforts had paid off. All the hard work, sacrifices, sleepless nights, and it all paid off eventually. The boy had a quirk in his mind. "Master, how did I win the tournament with only one move?" "You won for 2 reasons," the master answered. "First, you've almost mastered one of the most difficult throws in all of judo. And second, the only known defense for that move is for your opponent." This determined young man has been a motivation for many of us, proving that difficulties or losses may have occurred in our lives, but we can conquer and overcome it all. The following quote says it all: "Suffering is a great teacher, because you never know what you might become once you have walked through it." Suffering is a good teacher to those who are quick and willing to learn from it, but it becomes a tyrant to those who resist and resent. Suffering can teach us almost everything. Its lesson urges us to develop self-control, non-attachment, and morality. Suffering is the path. It is because of the fact that you have suffered that now you have an opportunity to recognize the path to liberation, leading to love and a greater understanding. Have you overcome your pain in order to achieve peace? Suffering has been the path to real compassion, understanding, and love. Through suffering we have learnt what true love is, and to recognize deep peace. No pain, no gain. An old but true saying: in order to achieve something, you have to sacrifice something. The boy in our story also suffered immense pain, but he turned his attitude around and changed his focus. Please let us know if you liked our story by commenting below. And remember to like and share with your friends. Bye bye, and see you in the next video.